Hello friends, today we will be seeing another topic from module 2, that is carbon sequestration. Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of carbon sequestration. So what is carbon sequestration? It is the long-term storage of carbon in plants, soil, geologic formation and the ocean. So what is the meaning of the sentence? So basically everyone knows what is carbon. It's an element, right? And when you say sequestration, okay, so what is the meaning of sequestration? It means you are neutralizing some chemical effect. So you know that we have so many chemicals around us, and we are talking about neutralizing those chemical effect because there is so much of carbon dioxide in our environment, which is causing global warming, which is also a major greenhouse gas. Yes, so we have to reduce this major greenhouse gas. We have to reduce the amount of carbon, and for doing that we can neutralize the negative impact which is being created by this carbon, and that is called as carbon sequestration. So it is the long term storage of carbon. What it is a long term storage. So we are going to actually take carbon and we are going to store it for a very long time, where in the plants, in the soil, or some geologic body, or it can be stored even in the oceans. So you can simple language you can say carbon sequestration is nothing but it is the storage of carbon. Okay, and that is why you can say carbon sequestration is also called as CCS, that is carbon capturing and storage. So you are going to capture the carbon which is already there, which is present in excess amount in the environment, and we are going to store it. So carbon sequestration occurs both naturally and as a result of anthropogenic activities, and typically refers to the storage of carbon. So basically this storage of carbon which is there, okay, that can happen both naturally also or through man-made activities, or you can say anthropogenically also we can store the carbon. Now let us try to understand how we can do it. So, carbon capture and sequestration, or carbon capture and storage, is the process of capturing waste carbon dioxide. As I told you, we know that carbon dioxide is a major gas in our environment. We have already studied about global warming, we have already studied about greenhouse effect, and also about different types of pollution. So we know that carbon dioxide is not good for our environment, especially when it is present in excess amount. So it is causing a lot of issues in our environment. So we have to reduce this. So reduction, for a, when we want to do a rapid reduction, so what we can do is we can capture this carbon from the environment and we can store it. So that is our purpose. So from large point sources, so where we are going to capture this carbon, we can take it from fossil fuel power plants. So we know that how carbon dioxide comes in the environment. It is through our vehicles, it is through industries, it is through various power plants. So from those sources only we are going to take all the carbon. We are going to transport it to a storage site and depositing it where it will not enter the atmosphere. So what we are doing, we are going to collect all that carbon. We are going to store it properly, because storing is also a very important part, and then we are going to take it somewhere where it should not get mixed with the atmosphere very easily, normally an underground geological formation. So let us try to understand these three aspects. So this carbon sequestration, there are three steps involved in that. What is it? First, collecting it. Second, transporting it, that is collecting. Second will be storage, and then transporting it to a proper site where it will be away from the atmosphere. So these three steps are the most important part of carbon sequestration. So what we just studied is the same thing. Let us try to understand the meaning of it with the help of this picture. You can see this picture and you can see how the emissions are coming from these cooling pipes and all, how it is being produced from the plants. And what we can do is, now imagine this all, from all of these things, what is coming out? It is nothing but the carbon. Yes, so we know that the gases which are coming out, it has got a lot of carbon dioxide amount in it. Now if this carbon dioxide amount will get mixed with the atmosphere, it will create a havoc. It will create again pollution, greenhouse impact, global warming, all of that is going to happen. So before, what we can do is, we should not put only in the atmosphere. What we can do, we can collect it. Okay, we can collect it, then we can store it properly. Storing it properly is also a very important step. And somewhere, somewhere nearby or quite a distance, we can transfer it, we can transport it, and we can store it, or you can say we can just trap it in a way that it does not get mixed with the atmosphere. Now remember, way it is looking easy, it is not that easy. Capturing carbon, storing it properly, and transporting it is one of the most tedious job, and that is why many people don't go for this type of method, because it is way too expensive. So it is a very expensive method. But yes, we have to understand that it is also important, because if we have to conserve our earth, we have to take certain steps like this. Now, it is not only from the industries where we think of capturing the carbon, but at the same time, you can think that we have to make some methods by which we can collect the carbon which has been emitted from the vehicles and other power plants or fossil fuel burning and other things. So, what is the need of doing this carbon sequestration? First, as global warming accelerates, what is the meaning of acceleration? As global warming is increasing, it is speeding up, and society continues to emit greenhouse gases, the idea is gaining of investing in artificial techniques of carbon sequestration. So, there are some natural ways of carbon sequestration which we will be talking about at the end. But apart from that, also now everyone wants to invest into this thing, because there is a lot of issues going on, and if we have to survive, we have to come up with certain methodologies by which we can, or we have to come up with some artificial techniques by which we can store the carbon. So, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, nations may need to remove between 100 billion to 1 trillion tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere this century to avoid the worst effect of climate change. So, we have to, you can see such a big, it's such a big quantity, that is 100 billion to 1 trillion tons of carbon dioxide has to be removed, so that it will not cause any effect on our climate, and far more than can be absorbed by simply planting more trees. So planting trees and getting absorbed, the carbon getting absorbed is a natural way. But apart from that, also we have to come up with certain methodologies, some methods which can help us to uh, store the carbon. So how it can be done? What are the various methods of this? Because we are talking about methods. So let us talk about the types or methods of carbon sequestration. And the first one is terrestrial carbon sequestration. So what is the meaning of terrestrial carbon sequestration? The word itself tells the definition. Terrestrial refers to land area, or you can say land. Carbon refers to obviously the element carbon, and sequestration, as we discussed, it depicts the storage of it. So let us say that storing of carbon in the land area, okay, not in the water, not in the aquatic area, but in the terrestrial area, will be called as terrestrial carbon sequestration. So terrestrial carbon sequestration is the process through which carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is absorbed by trees and plants through photosynthesis and stored as carbon in soils and biomass. Let us say tree trunks, branches, foliage, and roots. Now remember, this is a natural way of sequestration, because what is happening over here, like we all know, that nature has its own beauty. It has make a balance between everything. So that's the reason that all the animals which are there, like we are also animals, so we when we breathe, we inhale oxygen and we expire out, or we remove carbon dioxide from our body. And at the same time, if you see plants, if you see trees, what they do, they take up all the carbon dioxide and they leave, or they remove out oxygen. So see, there is a beautiful balance between these two things. But same thing you will so that is nothing but natural sequestration, carbon sequestration, wherein nature has already made a provision of doing this, and that is an example of terrestrial carbon sequestration. Because whatever carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere, obviously if the trees are there, the trees will absorb those carbon dioxide. The second type is called as geologic carbon sequestration. Now, what is the meaning of geology? Again, it basically refers to land, okay, or you can say something below that. So, carbon dioxide can be stored, including oil reservoirs, gas reservoirs, unminable coal seams, saline formation, and shell formations with high organic content. So, I will talk about this with the help of a picture. So here you can see a picture. Uh, this depicts a lot of things. You can see over here the carbon dioxide uptake by the forest, biomass plantations, and degraded mine lands that are restored. So one way is naturally, as I said, all the land thing which are there, obviously plants or trees, they will absorb the carbon dioxide. Now, what can be geologic carbon sequestration? You can see here, you can see something called as depleted oil gas reservoirs. Now, what is actually happening? Now, you all know that we use LPG, we use various types of natural gases, we use petrol, diesel, every type of fossil fuel, or we use all this. So, from where it is coming? It is coming from deep down, either through land, or it can come from ocean also. So, what we are doing over here is how we know that actually in this particular place there is a lot of natural gas. How human beings have come to know that this spot is having it. So we know it because of the carbon dioxide concentration only. So human beings have developed a lot of techniques. So we know that this particular spot which was there was once a lot of you can say natural gas found, but due to man-made activities, we are using this fossil fuels in a very you can say speedy manner. We are removing all the petrol, diesel, CNG, LPG out within no time in a very speed manner, which is obviously affecting because we know that it is a non-renewable resource. So if imagine, now you have to imagine this place which is there, it had a lot of carbon dioxide, it had a lot of other gases, but now it has been removed all the gases which were there. So over here, let us imagine that we have got a resource over here and we have already emptied it due to our various activities. Now this area where petrol or any type of natural gas was present, now that is completely empty. So what we have to do with that place? Now because it is empty, what we can do is we can collect all the carbon, and then we can store or we can trap in this particular area, because obviously this area which is there, that is not in direct contact with atmosphere, so it can act as carbon storing site for us. Okay, and that is how because it is under the ground, it will be called as a geological sequestration, because here we are actually collecting the carbon, we are capturing it, and we are storing it in this type of place where it is not connected with the atmosphere directly. And obviously, you know that petrol, diesel, these things directly don't come up. Similarly, carbon which is there, that will also not come up, that will not interact with the atmosphere, and it will stay down for a very long time. And until that, what may happen is the negative impact of that carbon, because it will mix with the other things at the bottom, it will neutralize that effect. And that is what we meant by carbon sequestration. Okay, so this is called geologic carbon sequestration. Then the next one is ocean carbon sequestration. What is the meaning of this? Oceans absorb, release, and store large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This can be done in two ways. One is enhancing productivity of ocean biological system through ion fertilization and injecting carbon dioxide into the deep ocean. Okay, so again, like we had seen in the terrestrial thing, like how plants are doing it, we also saw that how by capturing it we can dump prepare a carbon site, and we can do it at the bottom of the land. In a very similar way, we can also collect all the carbon and we can put it into ocean. Okay, so we are basically injecting carbon dioxide into the deep ocean, wherein it will not come up with the atmosphere. Now, dumping of iron stimulates phytoplankton's production, which in turn led to enhanced photosynthesis from the microorganism, helping in carbon dioxide absorption. So, what basically is done over here is that when you dump iron thing, okay, in water bodies, what will happen is they will be getting nutrients, and obviously that will enhance the photosynthetic process. So what will happen, due to more photosynthesis, more microorganisms will multiply, they will again come, and the more microorganisms will come, they will absorb more carbon dioxide. So it's again somewhere, uh, you can say, accelerating towards, or we are promoting indirect way a natural type of carbon sequestration at ocean level. This is one picture which can show very nicely about ocean sequestration. So what you can see over here is that there is a lot of CO2 discharged from various industries or power plants, and this carbon dioxide can be collected in a carbon storage facilities. Now here, one important thing is supposed to be understood, that carbon dioxide, when industries from chimneys or from their after treating, not only carbon dioxide comes out, there are a lot of gases which come out of this. Okay, it can be many poisonous gases, toxic gases, there can be a lot of smoke, any, like it will be a combination of many gases. So the first thing which one has to do is, the first step in carbon sequestration is segregation. Okay, so the first step you can say is segregation. So what is the meaning of segregation? Segregation means separating. So first thing is, we have to separate carbon dioxide with all other elements or all other gases. So we have to capture only carbon dioxide. We are not bothered about other gases over here. So that will be the first step. Second is, after segregating, we are going to store it properly. So we are going to store it for a very long time, or you can say store it, but in a proper way that it should not leak out again. Okay, so storing is also a very important process. And finally, we are going to transport it, and we are going to carry it where? We are going to take it to a ocean sequestration platform. Once it comes to this particular platform, we have to again store this carbon dioxide. So I hope you understood the meaning of ocean sequestration or ocean carbon storage, wherein whatever industries are producing, we are going to take that discharging thing, we are going to segregate carbon dioxide from that, we are going to store that carbon dioxide and transport it to proper place from where we can take it to a carbon storing site. Okay, again it will go deep into the water, where it will not be easily coming in contact with the atmosphere, and it will react with the deep ocean things, but obviously again the chemical effect will be nullifying. It means it will be neutralizing, and it will not have any negative impact on the environment. Apart from that, we also have natural carbon sequestration, wherein what is happening, like we discussed, that the nature already has a balance between plants and animal, and that's why animal expel carbon dioxide and plants do the same thing in the night. Then nature provided trees, oceans, earth and animal themselves as carbon sinks or sponges. All organic life on this planet is carbon based, and when plant and animals die, much of the carbon goes back to the ground where it has little impact. So see how beautifully nature has balanced itself, it has prepared itself, that uh, whatever happens, in every way, naturally very less production of carbon takes place. So this picture we have already seen. One more just small thing which we have missed previously, we can just make it sure about this geological formations over here. See, when you are dumping something at the ground, or you're trapping the carbon at the ground, what will happen? It will not easily mixed up, because what will happen is, there will be a lot of layers over here, lot of mineral layers will be there, or lot of stones will be there, all of that will be there. And these stones which are there, or these layers which are there, below the sedimental layers, they're all very tough in the sense, what, they are not at all permeable to anything, neither to any solid or liquid or any gas form. And that's why the carbon which we are dumping over here or in the side, that will not come up easily up over there. And that's why we will find a site in a way that it will be very less permeable, so that properly it can be trapped at the bottom. So that is what geological sequestration meant. So we have seen already artificial, we have also seen natural. So this artificial carbon sequestration refers to number of processes whereby carbon emissions are captured at the point of production and then buried. So first is capturing it and then burying it. So one proposed method we have already seen, that is injecting into the lakes or any ocean deep down. Second we have seen is geological sequestration, where we saw that there will be carbon dioxide pumped into underground chambers. It can also be old reservoirs, oil reservoirs, like we said, natural gas, petrol, diesels, and all, aquifers, and coal seams. Okay. So, how it is done? This also we have discussed that it is done either naturally or artificially. So, artificial process, which we have spoken, that device to produce similar effects, including large scale artificial capture. So, artificial process in the sense we're actually going to carry out all this artificially, and then we are going to dump into various places over here. So, what are the challenges at the same time? So, I hope everyone understood the meaning. What is actually carbon storage, and what are the types? Major types are natural and artificial. In natural, also, you have ways. In artificial methods, also, you have various ways. Now, what are the challenges of this carbon sequestration, especially artificial? First is lack of technology. As I told you, thing capturing it, storing it, and transporting it, though it looks easy on this presentation, but actually it is a very costly thing. Okay, it is very expensive. So putting a lot of money, pouring into a lot of money into so-called engineered carbon removal techniques, we are lacking technology a lot. However, these technologies are at a nascent stage and need an overhaul to be exploited. So we have to come up with better technologies which can come up with the better things. Second is, so one is lack of technology. Second is high cost, as we know that it is very expensive and it is a very intensive process. So one has to be worried about this. Third is environmental concerns. Like we said that we are going to store this carbon dioxide deep into the ground. So obviously it can, when you're storing gas artificially, we don't know what can be a long term effect of that. There are chances that there will be ocean acidification. There are chances that there can be some unexpected thing may happen because we have not explored this area much, so we don't know what can be the consequences. And anyhow, whatever consequences will be there, it is somehow going to affect the nature again. So there are a lot of environmental concerns about it. So what is the potential of this? Why we are still concerned about this? Why we are still studying this? So what is the need of it? First is faster sequestration. So as we discussed that the natural sequestration which is there, it's a very slow process. It will take millions of years because we have already produced so much of carbon dioxide. To take it back, it will require a lot many years, which is very slow naturally. So it is very important. It is the urge of this moment to do it quite fast, and that can be done by artificial carbon sequestration. Second part is increase in productivity. So what is this? That enhanced agricultural yield and better oil recovery as a result of stored carbon is underground, such as this one. So it has been observed that when we store into certain ground, then there we have seen there's a result of increase in productivity. So that is a better outcome. Third is employment generation. Obviously it's a new field, so whoever will be involved in this will be getting a chance of working, so there will be employment generation, of course. So what are the advantages? Planting trees and managing the development is proven way to reduce the number of this one. So as we discussed that for any environmental issue, like the basic reason is deforestation, so obviously the solution has to be reforestation, that is planting more trees. So more and more carbon can be absorbed. Okay, carbon sequestered is carbon not emitted into the atmosphere. Less carbon in the atmosphere will reduce greenhouse effect, and it will obviously be useful. But at the same time, what is the disadvantage is at the depth we can expect a lot of hydrostatic pressure, and there might be many faults. There can be blast, or there can be any other consequence which we still may not be aware of. That may happen. Okay, so one has to be aware of that also. So the use of technology would add 1 to 5 tenths of cost per kilowatt per hour, according to estimate made by climate change by the certain panels. So it is very important to come up with CCS technology. We have to, the financial cost of modern coal technology would nearly double if the use of CCS, that is carbon capture and storage technology were to be required by regulation. Okay, so it's very important that we have to spend on it with a very regulating manner. So we cannot spend just like that. We have to regulate our amount and we have to plan it properly, and then we have to spend on this. Uh, it has to be properly implemented, but the cost tend to increase with CCS capture implementation. So the plan which was made earlier, that this much of cost will be there, but when it is actually implemented, it was found that the money or the investment is much more. Okay, so no matter what technologies comes, we have to plan for proper carbon sequestration. We have to plan in a way that at minimal amount we can do it, and at a much safer rate. Okay, so this is the last slide, which are also, there are many ways of carbon storage like this. Also, you can see there's a power plant, there are carbon dioxide segregated or separated, and then it is directly dumped into the water or in the ocean, nearby ocean, wherein it get mixed with the ocean water. But this is one of the wrong method of doing it, because already the ocean has got so much of carbon dioxide that one must not think of doing this particular method. Instead, it should go and, the carbon dioxide should be dumped into very deep oceans, from where already the fossil fuels have been extracted. So that should be the method. And so this kind of method should be avoided. So this is about carbon sequestration. Thank you, everyone.